can't see my head. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I literally just sat here and was like, oh, let me show you all what I bought in the last few days. I'm sure y'all really care what I bought in the last few days.
No, wait, are you pregnant?
Me? No.
Oh, because you showed a little jacket.
I bought it as a gift for somebody, and I was like, is this the cutest? First of all, how cute is this?
It's adorable, but I'm like, oh my God, did I miss something?
No.
Like, I didn't think so.
But you're,
I am pregnant.
my gosh, I cannot believe how I missed it. Or I probably saw it and then like forgot at some point because I can't even remember what's going on
I know.
ever.
Especially during this year, right?
How are you? I want to
I'm,
give you a virtual air hug.
I know I haven't seen you in years, I feel like. It has been years.
It's been so long, and this year has just gone by like so quickly. It's
It
so
was so slow at the beginning, and then, yeah, all of a sudden it sped up. And here we are in 2021.
here we are. Well, so I was giving everyone a little just like insight into how we are. You spoken to Brett? Do you guys spend time?
I can't remember the last time that we spoke, but um, we will like say happy birthday on our birthdays and things like that. And when I lived in LA, we kept in touch a little bit more, but
Yeah, it's hard once you go away. I haven't seen it forever, and even in LA, I hadn't seen it forever. So that's just the way things go these days.
I know, it's so crazy.
But I was filling in all of these really cool people on how you and I know each other. We're a mutual friend of ours. I also have another mutual friend, which is Nicole, who I love
Yeah,
and miss her and haven't seen her in forever.
she's
Um,
the best.
is actually the best. She's like the best person ever. And then, yeah, I was just telling them that I'm so happy that you are willing to do this and share your story and that you're also just like the cutest with the best smile. And I was also telling them about your proposal video that to this day was like hands down the best scene in my entire life.
He did a good job. Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Like
Yeah.
this smoothie part happened, I was like, game over. Like, love this guy.
Yeah, I've been really blessed, honestly. He's like the best dad and the best husband, and like he was with me through everything with my mom and stayed with me, even though I was like so mean at sometimes, and
Listen, I'm sure, yeah.
it
It's
was
a you get a free pass for
yeah.
any. So I don't like to ask too many questions, although if you like get stumped in questions, I will. I just sort of like you to talk about whatever you feel comfortable talking about and just sharing. Oh, you are honestly, Travis, I have never met you, but you might be the best. Do not tell my boyfriend I said that, but when you buy 5 smoothies because you don't know which one is the right flavor, that's it. But yeah, I don't know, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and
Story.
your story and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I set an intention before coming on that hopefully my story will inspire and allow others to know that they're not alone and if they're going through a situation that was similar to mine, losing a loved one, and how important it is to talk about it. Um, and well, I just want to first start off by saying for Travis's birthday, I think last year, your company inspired me. I still need to get a necklace. I'm deciding between my mom's signature of mommy, or her Debbie, her name. But
Whatever. We'll talk about that after because I would
yeah, no,
do whatever you
but
want.
but for Travis's birthday, I gave him a card that my mom had written him a couple of years prior and signed Mama Bear. He always called her Mama Bear. And so I said, I got in contact with his tattoo artist in Tallahassee and was like, can you do this for Travis for his birthday? And so now he has a tattoo of my mom's signature, Mama Bear, and bear kind of design behind it. It's really cool. I was trying to find a picture of it so I could show you, but
I love
he
that.
inspired me from.
Well, it'll be upset. Oh my God, it's always in the way. I have my dad's like signature, which is also part of the Sincerely logo.
Yes.
I got it finally.
That's so cool. I've like gone back and forth with putting something on my body permanently, and I'm not sure yet if
I
that's
know.
for me.
I went back and forth for a while. My good friend in LA is a tattoo artist. I trust wholeheartedly. And so if anyone was going to do it, would be him. And it's just like really faint, small. And so,
So beautiful.
yeah, so I love it. But that's so nice. Of course, the nicest person in the world has your mom's handwriting on. I can't.
I mean, we're gonna be together forever, obviously.
Ah,
um, but so yeah, so my name's Jenny, and like Romy said, I live in Florida now, but I used to live in Los Angeles, where my husband and I met, Travis, and that uh, is where I actually found out that my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. When I first moved out there in 2007, I went to church one morning and I remember parking and getting a phone call, and it was my mom and dad both on the phone. And that rarely happens when they're both on the phone. And they're like, "We have to talk to you." And my heart sank. I knew it was something.
you always know, like, start. It's always.
That conversation, right? It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know that feeling. I don't want
It's
anyone to experience that feeling, I
that,
guess.
that, yeah. Second the word out of their mouth, it's just what? Like, instantaneously.
Yeah, they didn't have to say anything pretty much, but they did, and they told me, and I went into church and I cried the entire time praying. Just, I was there by myself actually, and so it was such a good release for me. Um, and I left church feeling a little bit more positive, but not. I mean, I don't know. I was in. Were you in Los Angeles too when you're?
Yeah, yeah. I actually remember I drove and I was parking, and my brother corrected me because when my parents called, but my brother actually called one to tell me because it would have been too emotional, and then they passed. But it was also like, why is my calling me in the middle of the day? I need to talk to you about something. Like that's even worse, you know?
Totally. And like being far away too for me, I mean, yours happened so suddenly, I think that it was probably like just, you know what, my mom battled cancer for 10 years. And so living in Los Angeles, I wasn't really in it. And they didn't really want to tell us much about what was going on. You know, they were trying to keep us, protect us and not worry us. Um, So I don't know if I'm grateful for that because I wish I had known more, but I am grateful that I made the decision when I was pregnant with Kinsley to move back home to Florida. I never said I'd come back to Florida.
So
It,
currently in the same position. I like and we're having this conversation of now that like COVID is happening and families here and do we move to Florida? And I'm having this internal struggle of like, but I'm ready to leave LA. But you know what's most important. So I get that.
yeah, it's like, I mean, my mom gave so selflessly for me for my entire life. I knew in my heart I had to give selflessly for her because I knew in my heart that she was dying, and that was like the worst moment of my life. That I was crying in bed and Travis was there and I was just yelling at him. I'm like, she's dying. I know she's dying. And everyone wanted to be positive and, you know, think that like maybe she could come out of this. And I was trying to be positive as well, obviously, but it comes to a point when you just know in your heart and you see the demise and all that stuff that you have to face it. And like, I'm like, there's an elephant in the room and no one's recognizing it.
Right.
And
Like one person is just more pragmatic than the other. And I have a similar instance with you driving with my and to go to the pharmacy to pick up like a zillion medications. reached my breaking, trying to, like you said, positive and keep it together. And I just, while I was not saying anything and like pounding my fist on the steering wheel, like, why the fuck is this, excuse me, happening? You know, losing my mind. So I can relate to that.
Yeah, I know. It's like you don't want to say it, like you don't want to accept that that's what's happening, but at some point, I think it can help you heal. Um, so so I wanted to give selflessly to her. I tried everything I could to save her. Like, sending her holistic um medicine doctors and information, and because I could tell that um the
Hem-
what's the word I'm looking for?
The chemo, the
Yeah, the
radiation.
chemo, yeah, and that the medicine, mainstream medicine, mainstream, or I don't know what it's not was not working for her, right? It wasn't working, and so anyways, I tried to control the situation, and it really wasn't good for our relationship, and I got to a point where I was just like mad and depressed and sad, and and then at one point I was just like, I gotta let go and let God and just be in the present moment with my mom and let her choose her life. Like, this is her journey and her path. And I might not necessarily have made the same choices that she has, and that's okay.
Mhm.
Right. So she had to experience that on her own. And the moment I let that go was the moment that we became so close and bonded like we had never bonded before, and really our lives, because we always had kind of like a mother-daughter relationship where um, she resented me for moving to LA, and I resented her for not accepting that I wanted to go to LA. And so it just,
You all
um,
about things. You left, there was like a lot of tension because of,
yeah, and it wasn't good. And so once I moved home and realized what I realized and let all that go, I have no regrets. Like, not one single regret from um, her passing and me not being able to like have told her how I felt, or like our relationship wasn't as strong. Like, yeah, there was no regrets. I literally lived for her when I lived here. Like, I had Kinsley, and she would come. Kinsley would was a baby, and she would come to all her doctor's appointments with me and just like brighten her day. Um, I would go back with her with every surgery she had and like play with her hair and massage her head and things. And it's
and
hard, right? Like, you don't want to be in that situation, and it was like so hard for me to face it, but that's the best thing you can do. Like,
yeah, I'm the same. I'm one thing, and listen, like we're fortunate that we could be there, and some people just don't have that
yeah,
privilege working or they're in it is. But the one thing I say for myself, I have zero regrets is that I took that month because with my dad it happened so quickly. That 1 month I came home and I was here for him the entire time, whether it or not, because he was so sick. But I just think for your mom, especially like having Kingsley there, and then also for your next birth, a part of it, like that had to have given her so much more life than if you weren't.
yeah, I feel like that's
That just fed so much energy for considering what she was going through. So for like, yeah, forever
yeah,
grateful to you for that.
she fought for so long, right? So I feel like she was fighting for us. And I don't know if that was necessarily a good thing for her, but I knew so badly that she wanted to be here for us. And everything that she went through and endured, no one should have to for
No,
that
it's yeah,
period of time, for that long of time too. And for any time, no one should have to endure that. Um, so yeah, so I'm really grateful that I had made that decision to move back here and be with her. And during that time is when me and my sister, like, you inspired me and Brett inspired me. You guys all started these amazing companies for your parents or your dad and his dad, and I'm like, I need to do something. So my sisters and I really wanted to start something so bad to like connect people and give the people that opportunity to share their stories and communicate, because no one wants to talk about it for the most part. Like I know in my family, no one wanted to talk about it and communicate about it. And so it made me realize how important it is to build communities, to talk to your family about what's really going on. And so I started awareness rings, and I talked to a
First,
friend.
like I remember, like before I think you told me what it was, you had mentioned that you were doing something for your mom in her honor.
Yes, and like I'm so grateful for that experience. And I was so down on myself because I didn't know what was going on with it. My sisters weren't like as involved with it as I was, and so it kind of just tinkered off. I'm sitting in my office right now with all these things. So, you know, it could come back, but I know in that moment is what I needed to help me heal from the experience.
Mhm.
So, I hope that inspires someone. Like if they have tried to do something for a loved one and, you know, maybe they didn't see what they wanted to see from it, it helped you in that moment to maybe get through
It gives you a
grief.
purpose.
Yeah.
Felt the same way because it sounds like saying is how I felt. Like after my dad passed away, you just feel like you have all of the knowledge about loss and what to do with it, and you feel like like you have to share other one, even if it's a perfect stranger, if they're going through it, you don't want to feel alone in their process because it is so lonely when you don't have people to talk to about it. So that was kind of like, I'm sure with women, and I have another girlfriend who started a company who lost her dad and was just needing to help her get through it.
Yeah.
And then for me, it was like making something for my mom that turned into for other people because it made them so happy with awareness rings. Like, yeah, I do think, and listen, don't force it. You don't, nobody has to go on like whole business, but if you find something that helps you honor that person and it makes you feel good, then it's worth it. Whatever happens to it, if you don't, follow through with it, and it's just something that lasts a month or months, like as long as it helps you in the moment get through it.
Yeah. And that's what it did. And, you know, now that I'm pregnant with my fourth baby, it's like I just am spending so much time like my mom did. I was like, I'm never going to be like my mom. She spent all of her time with us and like spent her whole life around her daughters. And now I have three daughters, right? And another one coming. I don't know if it's a daughter or a son, but I am exactly like my mom. And I said wouldn't be, but I just want to give them the love and the support that my mom gave to me, because I grew up with such a, you know, strong head on my shoulders, and with so much love. And I just want to plant seeds in my kids that my mom planted in me. And so maybe in this time right now, it's not right.
No, I mean you have three little girls and a new boy or a girl on the way. That's a handful. That's a job itself.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
wait. Asked a question. Wait, let me look on my computer. I can't remember anything, and I'm not, so I texted it to myself. What do they want to know? How do you keep the memory alive within your life?
mm, yes. So um, every time we see a ladybug, Kinsley and Kaya, Gigi's here, Gigi's here. And it's always like we have a garden and a pool, and there's ladybugs everywhere. So it's multiple times a day that they talk about Gigi.
Ladybugs, ladybugs. Like when you see a ladybug, you're because they're just so cute. So the fact that you see them, that's good. That's a sign.
Yeah, I definitely think she's with us always. And we talk about her a lot. She used to always say, Gigi here, Gigi here. Um, and so we'll say that to the girls and just tell them stories. And for me, I I talk to her. I am trying to make a conscious choice to talk to her even more, because you know sometimes it's like I don't know what I believe, and I know she's here. I know she's around me, but I'm not making that conscious effort to sit and talk to her and tell her things. I know she can see everything. Um, but for me, it is finding more time to talk to her and make time for her. And we celebrate her birthdays every year and sing to her and what else? Her celebration, her celebration of life every year, time that comes around.
Birthdays and anniversaries, like still do. Because
Yeah, we act like she's there, and we get a cake and we sing, and yeah,
that's so nice. And that's so Travis, meet her and her strong relationship with her and like allows you to continue to honor her in that way and is comfortable with it because I mean that's part of the process is having people to be supportive of whatever you need to do to get through whatever you need to get through.
yeah. And I tell you, I was mean to him many times during when my
And
what
I said I can't imagine ever being mean.
I'm a Scorpio. I got some stingers. I don't know.
Rightfully honest.
Actually, yeah, totally. I mean, like, yeah. So, but I'm so, yeah, like I said, grateful for Travis. He wrote a song for her celebration of life, and it's on one of his albums. What I Wouldn't Give is what it's called. So, it's a beautiful song. I can
Yeah,
send it to you, and we can share it.
share it for sure. So wait, tell me, I think, I always say like not a competition. People will always be like, oh, that must have been really hard because, or, oh, that happens. That's much harder than if that. And I'm gonna like, whether someone passes when they're young or they're old or tragically or still sad.
It's
Doesn't,
still a loss.
let's
Yeah.
let's not compare ourselves to anyone else. Um, so in my situation, typically, I didn't really have time to get super angry just because I like catch up with what was going on. So that was part of my grief process, like having to get through that. You said that you had a struggle because you were very angry, which I don't for because your mom obviously for a long time and to watch that like so what do you do or what do you feel like who's in that state like and I know that you're also I'm digressing and you'll jump I know you're big into breath work and yoga has helped me a lot as well and meditation. So anything that you think like helpful for you to kind of move through and like take some of the stress and anger away.
Yeah. So we have to feel these emotions, right? So I felt them every time they came up. I never suppressed it and never, I've been like that my entire life. Like, I'm an open book, and you can tell on my face when something's wrong or when I'm happy or whatever. So I feel like during those times, you really have to allow that emotion to flow through your body and become aware of it and to let it out. Um, Whether it's yelling or punching a pillow or, whatever it is. And then that's when you can let it go. And I feel like for me, I know when my mom was like on her deathbed that week before, I would go home and fall asleep and I would breathe in. I would literally say, um, I would breathe in, thank you. And I would say, and I would breathe out fear. So I was like, um, telling myself to like just let go of the fear and to breathe in like gratitude, and it would make me sleep so well at night, even though like I knew my mom only probably had a couple days left. So I think finding stillness, feeling those emotions, letting them flow through your body, being aware of it, and then letting it go in any way that you can, dancing around your house to sad music or a good cry, or yeah, getting into yoga and meditation. Meditation is such a huge thing because our minds are so powerful and they usually are lying to us. Our thoughts aren't reality,
Hmm.
right? So like I remember I was going through it and I was texting with Brett or something, and he was like, "Everything's gonna be okay." And at that moment, I'm like, "What? No, it's not. It's not gonna be okay." Like he said,
You. I was sitting on a bench outside the hospital. It was also like the week before, and I was texting with him, and he goes, "I promise you, you'll be okay." And I was
"Yeah."
like, "Are you crazy?"
I was
I was
like, "No, I'm not."
like, "Have you lost your mind?"
Yeah, and then it's like that's like such a good piece of advice. Like all is well. All is well, even in the midst of the deepest, darkest pain you feel like all is well. It's going to be okay and you're going to move through it. But you have to make a conscious choice and decision to move through it and to look at the positives of the most negative situation, right?
Yeah, and I think that's like, relates to anything. Like when you get into a rut, sorry for themselves. Like the only person who has the ability to change the situation you're in is to change the situation you're in. So
Yeah.
I think, again, everyone's personality is different. There's no judgment here, but in my opinion, and I and enjoy talking about my dad, part of the way that I honor him and remember him, and it helps me about I don't know what, but that yeah, you have to find a way to deal with it in a way that's comfortable for you, but also allows you to feel the feelings. Don't and you block them, they will eventually come out 5, 10, 15 line and they will bite and you'll have to go through the process all over again. So you might as well work through it while it's fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what causes disease, right? So I could tell my mom, like she lost her sister and her mother before um, she passed away, and she never wanted to talk about her mom. Could tell the anger she was holding inside. She didn't get to say goodbye to her mother. She was at the hospital, but as they were transitioning her to another room, um, is when she passed. And my mom held so much anger in for the doctors. I knew that wasn't helping her body heal in any way. Um, and so I think that was like another reason why I wanted to start awareness rings to really like inspire others to talk about it because I could see in my mom how she would hold everything back and try and make it seem like everything was okay because I know she was trying to protect people, but in reality it was hurting her,
Yeah.
really killing her. I believe in my heart, and it's so important to feel those emotions and to let them out.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she was so much anxiety. I've talked about this before. I have horrible anxiety and I don't deal with it and I hold it in, right? Like I feel sick and it will make all sorts of weird ailments. Like my doctor thinks I'm insane and it's just like part of the way. She's like, Romy, you're fine. But it's just the way that your body holds it. Your mom, like she was probably just holding in so much angst and about what's happened to her or happened to her in her past that it was just feeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
And, uh, I
But you're doing so well, and your girls are so adorable.
thank
I
you.
think you're having another girl.
I liked with the other ones, I thought they were boys and they ended up being girls. So like I'm kind of over the guessing game at this point.
You're like, here's what it is.
I'm a little anxious if it's a boy because I feel like I'm such a girl mom.
You don't know what to do with a boy. I know, like any, at least one, even or two of the same sex. I have another, and it's the opposite. I have no idea what to do with that human being. I don't have clothes for it. I don't know what to do with like the lower half.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy if it's a
No,
boy if it comes out.
I'm just so glad you moved to Florida and you guys stayed there. happy there. You built such a nice life for yourself, such an amazing husband, and your sister, your dad, obviously in Florida still.
Yeah, my dad's still here, and he had prostate cancer while my mom was going through breast cancer. They actually had both terminal cancer together at the same
What?
time. Yeah, so that was on top of everything else. But my dad is clear now, and I think,
Thank
yeah, I do think that his body was feeding off my mom's body and energy, and he was doing so much for my mom, like you would not believe, like everything for her because she didn't want to talk to the doctor, she didn't want to accept what was going on. So he literally was holding everything, and so I think I also want to say, like, when my mom passed that day, I felt a lightness off my
Mhm.
shoulders, and it was the hardest day of my life, but I knew that she was in a better place, and I knew that she was not suffering anymore. And she smiled right after she took her last breath, and like my hands were just up, and I was just crying, and I was just like feeling her soul. She passed away in our house, and um, so anyways, but my dad, yeah, was going through the same thing, and like I think he released a lot too, once she passed and knew that she was in a better place.
Yeah,
um
feel it's the best day of your life, if at all possible, because you know that you live with a perpetual pit in your stomach. You wake up feeling sick, you night feeling sick,
yeah,
and that they pass. It's like all of that pain and angst and stress that your body like leaves with them.
yeah,
And then you're sad about, your life without them, but you're not constantly worrying that you're going to get a call from the hospital or the doctor or something terrible is going to go wrong. You can really like let go of that stress of them, suffering and going through what they're going through.
yeah.
Ugh, I hate that
Oh,
we, oh,
I know.
God. What a lovely bedtime story.
I know. Sorry, everyone. It's 8 o'clock.
No, but I think it's important. And like the reason why I chose to do this is just because, I'm 6.5 out from losing my dad. And like Brett said, I say that I am okay
Yeah,
percent of the time. Obviously, there are days that are hard, and
sad.
sometimes I'll purposely put on a sad song just to like force cry it out. And like you, great place and have an amazing life are okay. And I'm sure, there are times the same as me that you struggle and miss her more than you miss her some other days. Not to say that we don't miss them 24/7.
Yeah,
Nice for people. You will be okay. Like there's living proof. Here we are.
yeah. You will be okay. Not in that moment. And if someone tells you that, you want to punch them in their face, probably. But once you get through it, like it is reassuring to know, like, all is well.
All is well. Are you, I'm not super religious, but I know you are close with your faith and that through it a lot, especially while your mom was sick. Are you still helping you a lot?
So I was
Like
raised
shift.
Catholic, and I didn't necessarily connect with that faith, or I believe in God, and I believe in the universe, and I believe that there's a higher being. And um, right now with my family, I'm trying to get back into a stronger faith for my kids, but there is something higher than what we have here, and I do believe in that. Um, I don't necessarily know if I believe in organized religion, but I do believe in a greater power. And yeah, I know my mom is in a better place, and I know that her soul is just like right here, probably right now. And then in an instant, she's with my sisters. You know what I mean? And she's back, and she's forth, and she's
Hello,
yeah,
girl. She's like, God, why for? Now I have to like bop all.
yeah, she's busy up there.
She's busy. What was your mom's personality like? Because I know personality, but was she like Probably also.
Totally. And like never wanted anyone to think like that she was sick, and she literally never complained once. So she's not like me because like I said, can't hold my emotions. Like I can't fake it till I make it. I will tell you if I'm mad. I will tell you if I'm cranky. I'll tell you if I'm hurting. But she never complained once about anything that she went through. Never. And it was the most inspiring thing. She was a warrior and she was a fighter. I, and I am like just so amazed by how she handled 10 years of that in her life.
It's a long time. Oy,
Like,
oy.
but yes. Are you in Florida right now, did you say?
I am in Florida. I've been here for 3 months.
Really? How have you enjoyed it?
It's been, you know what, like in
Or
LA.
not enjoyed it?
No, in LA, like we are smart. Things were just like there was nothing to do. I was so sick of walking around the same block over and over again. Like we weren't dinner or anything like that. I always knew that we were home around Thanksgiving here because we're working remotely. We don't get to see our family. If we were gonna fly, we'd not just like fly here and around. And then things got so bad in California, and
Yeah.
they locked everything down again. And we're like, what are we gonna go back there? A, I'll be freaking out every day that I'm getting COVID, and then B, like, an apartment with not space. So we just decided to stay, and it's been great. Both my boyfriend's parents are here, and my mom is here. My brother and my cousin and my uncle right now, and my aunt and uncle are thinking of coming down. So
Everyone's
it's
moving to Florida.
literally everyone is moving to Florida. It's like
Yeah.
I look for fun, and there's nothing available, and all of the prices have like doubled because everybody's moving to Florida. So great, but no, it's been so nice to be home. I haven't spent this since my dad passed away, and let's be honest, that wasn't like a positive time. So
Yeah.
it's been nice.
I love that you met. Why am I like blanking on your boyfriend's name right now?
Jordan,
Yeah. Duh.
you
Um,
have pregnancy brain. It's fine. I
no, but I thought I should have known. But you guys met in LA, right? And he's from here as well, or
he's
no?
from New Jersey originally, but his parents,
Okay.
and so it's like you and
Beautiful.
me
Yeah,
from Florida, right?
yeah.
Is he from
He's from Bradenton.
Bradenton? Okay.
Yeah,
See, it was see.
absolutely. They brought us back here. I'm so glad. It was actually his idea to move home when I was pregnant with Kinsley, and like you said, I didn't want to leave LA. I thought I would miss it, but yeah, he was.
And your dad of your sisters in Florida also.
Yeah, one moved to Nashville, but yes, most of my family is here. Yeah, so
That's,
important.
that's been very helpful for
Yeah,
all of you. Just have each other, lean on each other. You cute babies.
yeah.
They'll brighten up anyone's day. They're so cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I don't want to keep you all. Know that you have a handful of girls to take care of.
Yeah, Travis has them. I don't know really what's going on. This is kind of nice. I could stay on here all night.
No, but if there's anything else, you feel like you didn't say this, that you feel like you need help on. I mean, we've covered a lot of, we've been all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I have so much empathy for people that are going through what we've gone through, and I just, like we said, want them to know that it will be okay and to reach out if you need to talk to someone. You can reach out to me if anyone's on here that wants to, that is going through something. But yeah, it's so important to talk and connect with those that are going through something similar. So we got
I
you.
would think that's the best takeaway from that. Said, just do what you need to do, be on your own time. Um, don't listen to people who say like you should be here in your grief process. That was like really good advice. advice, I would say the takeaway is to talk to people about it and not hold, because like you said, you're very into like uh nutrition and health and wellness and spirituality. And I do also believe more that you hold things in, it just creates like odd and negative vibe
Emotions in your body that cause disease. Yeah.
that will fester and make you sick.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. That's two really good pieces of advice. We're only on episode 3. It's only
Oh, I'm very proud of you for doing this and to continue your dad's, um, continue his memory through all of this and to help others get through their grieving process.
Thank you. What is this? It is so unfortunate that we understand each other's pain, but so thankful that we have each other to understand pain. It's healing to know that you are not alone. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, someone says, why are you? It's probably one of my followers. Why are you anti-vax? I'm not anti-vax. I just don't believe in vaccinating my children. If you're still on.
There you go. Again, God, people like
Anyways, yeah, that's a no. That's a whole nother
that's
live. I'm just kidding.
grief isn't a straight road. It's more like writing tidal wave. Well, you guys, thank you all for those of you who joined and were patient. My mom passed in May. Thank you for sharing your stories. I can relate. So sorry for your passing, for her passing, and for your loss. And listen, at the end of the day, like Jenny, we're I know we're strangers, but if you ever do need to talk, like I talk at any point, just send, and I'm sure the same with you. And well, I'm doing this every Sunday, so just continue following Sincerely True, and then I post Saturday before, so you know who the guest will be, and also what time it will. Sometimes it changes based on people. Um, so I just hope that this has helped people and will continue to help people. And also, it's so nice to see your
I
face.
know.
We'll have to, if I end up in Florida, we'll have to rendezvous somewhere.
If you ever come up to Orlando, or if I ever come down, are you in West Palm, Fort Lauderdale still?
We're,
Like
we're in like the Boca area,
Boca. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I ever come down there, I will let you know.
and vice versa.
Yes, please do.
Well, mwah, mwah, mwah. Good luck.
Thanks
I
for
can't
having me.
baby comes out.
Yeah.
Will it be a K name?
Yes.
I love it.
Kingston, maybe. Travis loves Kingston, so
I and either way, girl, boy.
he wants it either way, girl or boy. But I'm like, maybe we'll just pick a girl name too. And when they come out is when I choose their name because I like to see their
You have
face.
to meet them and get the vibe, right?
Yeah, get to know them a little bit. I'm just putting a name on them. So yeah.
Take care. Thank you so much for how busy you are, and I will be following along to see when the new edition arrives.
Aw, thank you, Romy. So good to see you.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye.